Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, where we do have yet another big Barca news roundup. We are going to have more news on Robert Lewandowski's injury situation. We've got more developments and quite drastic ones on the Marc-Andre Ter Stegen situation. We're going to be talking more about Inigo Martinez, of course, but what I want to stress today, guys, is it's not all doom and gloom here today. We are going to get some smiles back. We are going to get some excitement going because we are going to be building up to the Joan Gamper trophy with all of the big questions that we have ahead of Sunday's game against Como. It is on the way for you. Get ready. And let's do this. Because indeed, guys, today is also a very, very special day for the channel because OneFootball are back. Now, you may remember, some of you here really early days on the channel, OneFootball were a massive part of things here, and without them, I may not even be here today, which is why it's so special now to be working together with them again. And right now, I have to tell you, you need the OneFootball app, because at Barca right now, there's news breaking left, right and centre, and entire situations, they can completely change on a minute-by-minute basis. And obviously, sadly, I can't be here every second of the day, so OneFootball is the next best thing. They will bring you all of the latest news, all in one place. It's a fantastic app there, so smooth, so easy to navigate, and it's all right there. And you can download it for free here today, simply by using the link down below. That will really help the channel. It'll really help, and thank you indeed, guys, for all of you here for the great support. But speaking indeed about big news, let's talk first of all about these UEFA sanctions towards Barca. Let's start here with the fact that UEFA yesterday fined Robert Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal €5,000 regarding anti-doping rules. Now, I'm really angry about this whole situation because what you've seen off the back of that fine there from UEFA, so many news outlets, and I say news outlets in quotation marks really, they're coming out with headlines that they've been fined for doping. I mean, look at this one here. Scandal at Barcelona. Yamal and Lewandowski missing, skipping the doping control. It's a joke. It is absolutely ridiculous that stuff like this is allowed. They didn't skip anything. They were not doping. It was nothing at all like that. They were simply late for anti-doping control. And let me just put this into some context here, because by the way, as an athlete, you can be selected there, you can be called for anti-doping at any time, literally any time, at the drop of a hat there, and it can be when you're completely unprepared, especially here thinking about after a match. There's so many different things here that top level athletes have to do after a game for recovery and to really recover in the best possible way. There's so many different explanations as to why Yamal, Lewandowski might have been late here. It is not a big deal. It is not here worth writing headline upon headline upon headline about. It's a non-story. They've been fined €5,000. Nothing at all was wrong. There was no problem there in the findings. So guys, please, you've got to pay attention and stay away from the nonsense out there. But I do have to say, there was actually quite a significant sanction, though, in terms of Hansi Flick. I would actually say this one is a bit more of a story, a bit more serious, because Hansi Flick has been banned by UEFA for one match following his conduct versus Inter Milan in the Champions League there. And the same is applied to his assistant, Marcus Song. He's also received a one-match ban. And what is really weird, I find, about this one from UEFA is that they have provided literally no explanation as to what Flick supposedly did wrong. All they've said is they banned him for one match for general principles of conduct and basic rules of decent conduct, which, if nothing else, is absolute gibberish. What does that even mean? What did he do that was different there from any other coach on any other game? Why is he being banned for a game? Barca right now are looking and demanding explanations there from UEFA, and I'll keep you posted here on exactly what they reply to those requests. But if we do move on here to an update on Robert Lewandowski, because, well, yesterday we spoke about him suffering an injury, missing the game for sure on Sunday against Como, but actually it seems like it's going to be a little bit more serious than just a one-game absence for Lewandowski. Right now in the media we are hearing that he could be out for up to 3 weeks of action right here, which I think, depending on exactly what day he's able to return, that could put him at risk for all 3 of our opening La Liga matches, all of which, don't forget, are away from home, which will make them all the more tricky. And the first game that he could be available for here could actually come after the first international break of the season. That'll be in September, with our first home game then coming against Valencia on the 14th of the month. And I think right now it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Lewandowski in terms of his recovery, because many times we have seen him make some extraordinary, almost superhuman recoveries from injury. So let's wait and see exactly when he's going to be back. But either way, I think we are looking here like a few games out for him, which at the start of a new season, it's a blow, and it will require those elsewhere to step up. Now, of course, guys, we have spoken in great detail about the whole Inigo Martinez situation. I think I have told you my thoughts on that. I think I did mention just a few opinions here and there, but I'm not going to go into it too much today. But all I will say is that we have heard this morning from Inigo Martinez himself, and he was asked really about the last few days about now his impending move to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, and he said there, these have been busy but beautiful days, and he said it has been a beautiful farewell with all of my teammates. He said, I'm very grateful to the fans of Barca for these 2 wonderful years. So Inigo here has been given a fantastic send-off there from the players at the club, from the coaching staff as well, and of course from all of us fans, because I've got to say here, looking at him as a person, him as a player, and as well what he meant to this club, I think it's an amazing way, I've got to say, to bow out. He's not been here very long, it has only been 2 seasons, but he has made a real lasting impression, not only with the way that he's played out there on the field, under Hansi Flick especially, but the way he's conducted himself too. He has been a real leader for this young dressing room, and his teammates, they're all going to be sad that he's leaving. Hansi Flick is going to be sad for sure that he's heading out of the exit door, but I think we will all say right here, thank you very much for your service. Thank you for the incredible offside traps that you were setting last season, and we wish Inigo all of the very, very best for the future. However, guys, we do need to move on to the topic of Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. And this is what I mean. This is why you need things like the OneFootball app. Because, yeah, this situation, minute by minute, something could drastically change. Something here could be the complete opposite of everything that we've been talking about. Because yesterday evening, Ter Stegen took it upon himself to speak out there, to release a public statement. And he basically went on about a lot of different things. I've got to be honest, a lot of the words in there mean absolutely nothing. It is all very much PR written. You know exactly what I mean by that. But there were a few things in there that we do have to pay attention to, because he did make the point of all of the club's signings and the contract renewals were completed prior to my surgery. So Ter Stegen says, basically, I don't understand why it was my responsibility then to sign something to get the registration of those players completed just because I had surgery. It's not really down to me. And to be honest, guys, even despite everything else that Ter Stegen has done, and like I say, I don't agree with all of it, on that though, I think we do understand his point. It shouldn't be up to him. It shouldn't be up to any player, really, to get these registrations sorted. The club should have had a plan. They should have had a much more concrete idea of what they were going to do. And it doesn't all lie at the door of Ter Stegen. Where I do, though, take issue is when he says, I announced publicly the minimum recovery time that I will need. He said, I had that communicated to me by the most reputed experts and always in coordination with the club. So he says there that he was told by the most reputed experts that it would be 3 months out. That is nonsense, by the way, because why now then have you actually gone and signed a medical report that was also done by the club's experts that say he will be out for between 4 to 5 months of action? And yeah, now he's signed that report. Now, after all of this fuss, all of these problems, he's gone and signed that anyway. Something is not adding up here. Because, yeah, if you truly believe that it was only going to be 3 months, if you truly believe there that, yeah, it's not my responsibility, and he didn't want to sign this, so why has he done it now? And is it because of the exit of Inigo Martinez? That is what a lot of people are asking here. Is it now because a big player has left, big salary has been freed up, and what that effectively means now is that Barca are nearly there in terms of registration? So is it a case case here of Ter Stegen now feeling as though all of that power that he had over the club, all of that responsibility that he felt, that was slipping away now. Barca actually didn't need him anymore. The power didn't lie with him because almost as though, fine, we sorted it ourselves, which is what they should have done. But is that now why Ter Stegen is like, oh, I don't have that power, I don't have that authority anymore, I just as well sign it? Because let's be real here, as time was going on, him not signing was doing more damage to him, to his image, than it was actually doing damage to the club. And I've just got to say here, guys, it's all embarrassing. It's embarrassing here, not just for Ter Stegen, but I think the club as well. I think it's embarrassing that now they've released a big statement saying, oh, by the way, Ter Stegen is captain again. By the way, forget what we said about stripping him of the captaincy. Forget about that big statement we released only a few days ago. He's captain again now. And we're just all going to pretend like nothing ever happened, like nothing really has been going on in the background here and just carry on as usual. It's all a bit of a circus right now at Barca. And I just think we have to focus on the football at this point. And I just think either way right here, Ter Stegen, he is now going to be out for 4 to 5 months. He is going to be unregistered. Joan Garcia now is going to be able to be registered, which is great news. I hope the club have a plan for when Ter Stegen does come back, obviously. But Joan Garcia, he's going to be our number one. That is the player that we are putting all of our faith in. And Hansi Flick remains firm that even when Ter Stegen does come back from this injury, he's not part of his plans. He is not going to be in this team. He is not going to play at this club. So it's going to be interesting to see now probably what is going to happen in the January transfer window. Will Ter Stegen then decide to leave? Will he then be open to an exit because he wants to play at the World Cup? That looks likely in my opinion. But again, that has to be a deal in my opinion then that suits the club. So let's cross that bridge when we come to it. But Ter Stegen has finally come to his senses. However, guys, like I say, it's not all doom and gloom. Yes, there's things going on. Yes, there's things that we're not too happy about right now. But let's not forget, we have Hansi Flick at the helm of everything. He is still in control. He is still overseeing things out there on the field. And we do have an incredible squad of players. So much talent, so much quality. And on Sunday, we will be facing off against Como in the Joan Gamper Trophy in the final game before the brand new season properly gets underway. And there are plenty of questions here for us to consider, because one of the big ones after the exit of Inigo Martinez is, are we going to see Gerard Martin again at centre-back on Sunday? We did see it right throughout pre-season. We wasn't all fully aware at that time what that meant, but now that Inigo is confirmed to be departing, will we see Martin being deployed there? How is he going to play? How is he going to stand up as we start to face more challenging teams and attacking players now? Don't forget, that's going to be something to keep an eye on. And with that in mind as well, we have to keep a close eye on Jota Torren. He is going to be somebody who's looking to make an impact. He did it all the way through the Asian tour. I was really impressed. Whenever he came on, he made an impact. He was really exciting there down that left-hand side. And now with Martin being deployed at centre-back, he has an opportunity. He's got a real chance now to stake his claim to be Balde's backup. He could really genuinely step up to the first team, and it's a vital, vital game for Jofra against Como on Sunday. And speaking as well about more of those young players, you've got people like Rooney Bardghji, you've got Tony Fernandes, who was brilliant there in that last game, you've got Dro, who was outstanding throughout the Asian tour. Which one of those players, or several of them, who's going to make an impact here on Sunday? Because don't forget, this could well be the game that then goes on to decide who stays with the first team. Because after this, Flick is going to have to make his conclusions. Flick there is going to have to come up with the fact that, okay, you're ready. You can step up now. You can help us. You have the quality to be in the first team. Which of these young players will truly grab that opportunity on Sunday? And speaking of an opportunity, well, a massive one has appeared in the number 9 role, hasn't it, guys? It's absolutely huge now. With Lewandowski out injured, it is a straight battle here between Marcus Rashford and Ferran Torres. Who's going to show what they've got? Because Rashford certainly impressed in pre-season. We all know what Ferran did last season, the impact that he had. We spoke about that yesterday. And now you've got to see who's going to be starting in that first league game as the number 9. Will it be Rashford? Will it be Ferran? Or let me just say, guys, there is the possibility for somebody else as well. We've heard the rumours about false 9. We've heard them right throughout the summer. Could Dani Olmo be deployed higher up the field? Are there other players there that could operate as the false F9 Barca, these are all things to be keeping a very, very close eye on Sunday to see if we get any clues ahead of that first game of the season next weekend. But guys, what I would like to know in the comments right here today is, tell me something that you're really excited about. Tell me something here ahead of the game on Sunday or ahead of the new season. What are you really, really looking forward to? Let's change the tone. Let's get things back on a positive note here. And let's talk about what will make us happy, what will make us smile heading in to this brand new campaign. Thank you indeed here for tuning in, for all of you guys, for all of the optimism, all of the passion that you bring every single video. And please indeed check out the OneFootball app. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Simply follow the link down below and it's yours for free. Thank you guys, like I say. I will see you soon, but until next time, as always, Veshka, El Barça.